Happy New Year! Quick share on one of my favorite projects of the year, this super simple pillowcase. If you saw my previous video, back in March, I made this super scrappy eclectic quilt that was, I think it was a 16 patch of 2.5-inch squares, and it just looks so folksy, like folk art, lots of florals and dark deep colors. And so I made this after that just to kind of try and channel that same aesthetic, and I just love it. I have never made a pillowcase with, like, these are 2.5 by 3.5-inch square, they're not squares, rectangles, and I just really love the final outcome. I used a linen on the back, which I think is a dyed linen, because I did pre-wash it, but it's super saturated, very soft. It's held up well. We've had this on our couch for like 4 months at least, and I've got some wovens in here, but this is definitely one of my favorites of the year in general. This color palette, this vibe, super scrappy, colorful, artsy. And if you have not made a quilt with this size block, I highly recommend. I am now trimming all my scraps down that way. When I periodically go through my fabric to trim scraps, I will just do like a bunch of 2.5-inch squares. I'll do a bunch of 2.5-inch strips, and then I'll chop them down to 2.5-inch squares or 2.5 by 3.5-inch rectangles. And then I put them in my cabinets in little toddler shoe boxes. And then when I want to do a quick project or want to do something that is super scrappy, I already have most of the cutting done. And then if there's colors that I feel like are missing, I can pull from my fabric stash and add some more colors to even things out. But there you go.